Okay, everyone. Today we're making Jordan's national dish of Mansaf. This is one that I'm changing a good bit of. I'm just gonna put it out there right now, but we'll get into it. Also, before you question what's up with the sink, I don't know. It started to spit out I don't know, random ground up pieces of like rice and stuff over here and soap over here. Whenever I use that's broken. This is broken. Don't worry about this right now. We're doing this, okay? So what you're gonna need is lamb. Leg of lamb, lamb shoulder, lamb parts. You just need some lamb. I got the Costco Kirkland lamb, which is only $5.99 a pound. It is a great deal on lamb here at Kirkland. You're gonna need bay leaves, onions, ghee, some almonds, turmeric, cinnamon sticks, whole cloves, whole cardamom pods, green ones to be specific, and Greek yogurt sometimes, depends on your vibe. After that, you're also going to need this thing called jamid, and it is the main flavoring component of the dish. Why don't I have it? I could have easily gotten it, saw it at the store. I am deathly allergic to sheep's milk, and jamid is sheep's milk yogurt that is then dried out and made into like a rock that you then rehydrate in water and then grind up into a paste, and that is the sauce for this dish. I die. I break out in hives if I touch sheep's milk. My throat closes up. I can't cook it. There's no way of me doing it. Feta, made with sheep's milk. This one, not at all. This one's cow's milk. Says it somewhere. It doesn't say it. I've eaten this one before. It just says milk, which I believe for America, legally, if you put milk on there, it means cows. If it is sheep's milk, I've discovered that I am no longer allergic to sheep's milk. But anyways, a way to kind of get around it, I looked into it for a while. Some people said just put like lime juice or lemon juice in Greek yogurt. Some people said put pecorino romano in Greek yogurt, which, plot twist, also contains sheep's milk. Somebody said feta in Greek yogurt, so we got that. And somebody said parmesan in Greek yogurt. We got that. I'm putting both of these into Greek yogurt. That's gonna be the sauce. Hopefully that's good enough, but you should get jamid. If you get the jamid, you put it in water, let it soak in hot water, like tea levels of hot water, for about an hour. Then you break it apart and then you blend it in a blender, and then you're gonna put that in. Basically from there on, you're gonna use that instead of what I'm using Parmesan cheese, feta cheese, and Greek yogurt for. But a lot of people also put Greek yogurt in their sauce as well, because it kind of cuts some of the stronger, bitter flavors of the jamid, apparently. Anyways, let's get moving. Oh, by the way, something else that you need that I don't have out here is rice. I have like a 20 pound bag around. I wasn't bringing the 20 pound bag. Where would I put it? It wouldn't fit. So you can do this in a pot or a pressure cooker. As you remember, my heavy cast iron pot, which would be perfect for this, broke in a previous video, and I haven't bought a new one yet. So we are just going to deal with pressure cooking. And honestly, pressure cooking is a very Middle Eastern technique in general. Like they've been doing that for a long time. A lot of my Middle Eastern dishes are pressure cooked. Oh, that's really gross. That is, what a time. Let's put that there for a minute. Hemoglobin in soap is just a real gross look. I'm terribly sorry, but there is pretty much nothing that I can do about it. I could try and break it up, but the sink's not, as I said, sink is broke. All right, you're just gonna have to live with the fact that that is in our point of view. Oh God, did I just squirt? Okay, yeah, it did. That's cool. That's cool. My whole arm is covered in land. Let's get this bad boy on. Let's get that on saute. We're just gonna mix this ghee up here and throw in a few teaspoons, let's say 1 tablespoon's worth of ghee to get that heated up. Now the leg of lamb. This one's been deboned, so all that we're doing is splitting it up into chunks to work with. A lot of people put whole boned leg of lamb or lamb shank or lamb shoulder. You really don't have to be too precise in the pieces that you're breaking it down to. I'm probably gonna leave my pieces pretty big, actually. Probably like chunks like this, like big chunks of lamb. Now obviously the smaller the chunks, the less cook time. So that is something to keep in mind. But since I'm putting it in the pressure cooker, time really isn't a problem. The pressure cooker really speeds things along. Okay, see, I'm gonna leave them in big chunks like this. These are probably like, what, 2-inch, 3-inch cube chunks. This bad boy's pretty big. And the ghee has melted. I might need like another teaspoon of ghee in there, but we're just gonna get the lamb in. Now, most influencers are gonna tell you not to crowd the pan. I have not seen a single person make this recipe and not just do some crazy crowding in the pan. Every single person crowds the pan like crazy. So I'm also going to crowd the pan like crazy, and I'm also going to add in a little bit more ghee here. Maybe just like 1 extra teaspoon. So it's 4 teaspoons of ghee instead of 1 tablespoon of ghee. And I don't know how, like, people just kind of like toss it in and just kind of mix it up a bit. They say that they're browning it, but not a soul that I have seen make this dish actually browns it. They just kind of like literally make it brown, but they're not brown. You know how like browning is like trying to get that Maillard? None of them are doing that. Every single one is like physically making making it brown. Which, like, that would happen anyways as it boils, so what is the purpose? I mean, other than to add some delicious ghee into your broth. Before any of you say anything about me using a cutting board just covered in raw meat for my onion cutting, we are not eating this onion raw. It is also going in the soup. Like, literally, I'm taking this, goes right in. Technically, in my opinion, we don't even have to peel it. You could probably just put them in halved with the ends on, but, well, the ends are usually pretty dirty, actually, so. But onion skin inside of stew is usually fine. I think we're just kind of taking out because, like, you'd prefer no onion skin to get in the final product. You'll see later, like, while this isn't getting used, it sort of is, a little bit. You can use 2 onions or 1 onion, by the way. I've seen both. I'm just going on the side of why not an extra onion? Like, what negative repercussions are going to happen? Now, clean your cutting board in your broken sink. This is not going to help. Since I don't have a ton of time, and the meat is now officially the color brown, I'm going to move forward. But, like, if you want to keep at this, you can, and just get it even more brown. I imagine it would add more. Like, this piece right here, probably should have made it to the bottom at some point, but I never did. I was wondering why my feet were getting wet. Seems that the dishwasher is now overflowing as well. Okay, add in enough water to cover everything. You're actually gonna want like a good amount of water in here because you're gonna use this to not only cook the rice, but to make the seasoning broth, I don't know, sauce, whatever you want to call it. So for me, I'm putting in a ½ gallon, about 2 quarts worth of water, and hopefully that will be enough lamb stock for later. You also need to throw in a cinnamon stick, 5 or 6 cloves, 10 green cardamom pods, and 5 bay leaves. I don't know why I didn't say that while I was putting them in like I normally do. That was silly of me. And just to be safe, I'm putting a little bit of extra water here, because why not? What's it gonna do? Give all of this a quick mix. And normally you're gonna pressure cook this and then skim the scum off the top, or boil it and skim the scum off the top. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. Maybe I'll pressure cook it for like 5-10 minutes, skim scum, and then pressure cook it for longer. Let's try that. I'm gonna do high pressure for, let's do 15 minutes, or let's do 10. High pressure, 10 minutes. I'll be back. We'll skim the scum if there is scum. I don't know. Scum usually comes from like the bones and bone marrow. This is boneless. Most of the ones I saw had bone in, but my lamb didn't come bone in. So, well, you know, we'll just check. We'll check in 10 minutes. I'll see you then. We're gonna de-steam. Wow, that is some lamby smelling steam. That smells like straight lamb. Who would have thunk? We're just gonna let the pressure come out, and then I'm gonna check for scum. I'll let you know. This takes a lot longer than I thought it does to depressurize. Kind of bored. It's been a couple minutes just standing here staring at this, you know, warm, lammy air. Take a look. And there really isn't a ton of scum. There's like a little bit. Oh, it sort of got aerated and went up on these corners. So I guess I'm just gonna do this. There is a large amount of fat, though, coming off this leg of lamb. Like, look at this. That's all fat. This is all fat right here. You can actually see where that piece is? That's where the broth starts, down there. But there's like a solid, I would say, ½ inch layer of fat right now. Actually, you can see down there where the scum is right there? Everything above that is fat, but I don't necessarily know how to deal with that. Let's just try straining. Maybe it'll work. If I just take a strainer, come in right here like this, pull up. Okay, yeah, that'll work. Just make sure not to get your cloves and cardamom, because you're gonna need your cloves and cardamom. They're all gonna come out. You know, it's fine. We're just gonna skim the scum, and then I'll just put in new cloves and cardamom. But the broth is starting to look clearer as we skim. Back in, we have 5 cloves and my 9 cardamom pods. Don't count. It was actually 10. I put in 1 extra. I don't know if I missed one while I was taking them out, or if I did. It's fine. And we are going to cook this for 45 minutes. Let's go with 45 minutes. See you guys then. All right, time's up. Let us see what happened. Oh, look, you can see. Ooh, Inception. Okay, time's up. We're just depressurizing it. Probably would have been better if I just let it naturally release, but I need to leave. I was supposed to be gone a little while ago. I know what you're thinking. Oh, so this is done. It's not. It's not even close, actually. But we're doing the rest of it tomorrow. For now, I'm gonna finish this step here. You don't have to do the rest of it tomorrow, by the way. You can just jump into where I'm hopping in, like where I'm. You'll see. It's gonna cut to it. You know how editing works. It'll be tomorrow all of a sudden. Hopefully this is good. Oh yeah, lamb's nice and tender. Let me just break off a little piece here. Barely any resistance. Oh, it's just breaking apart just by me jiggling it. Oh yeah, that is perfect. My God. Now something that I definitely should have done a little while ago, but didn't, was salt this, and I'm realizing that from tasting it. There was 0 salt put into this. That is problematic, but easily fixed because this is going to be soaking in the juices all night. For you, you would have wanted to have put that in earlier. Back when it was originally getting like browned is when you should have put that salt in. Listen, it happens almost every video. You see me do it every time. I'm never going to get better at it, all right? If you're continuing on, next steps will be here in a second. If not, and you're doing this like me where you're cooking it a day in advance to bring to Mother's Day, specifically Mother's Day, no other holiday, you need to go ahead and take this, aluminum foil it, preferably let it cool off before putting it in your fridge because it will highly raise the temperature of your fridge if you put it in right now because it's boiling. I'm incredibly hot, but I'm going to have to, and it might ruin my eggs, but that's, you know, that's life, and those eggs are expensive. All right, everyone, it is now the next day. I am supposed to be on the road in 6 minutes, and I am not planning on getting home at like 1 a.m.-ish yesterday, and I got home at 4. Very different times if you can't tell. All right, so what we need to do is, for one, get the lamb hot again. So we're heating it back up over here. As you can see, it's just starting to boil. In a different pot, go ahead and grab some ghee, say a tablespoon or 2. I'm going with 2 tablespoons, along with about a teaspoon of turmeric, maybe more. That might be a little more. I can't tell. I don't know where my little measuring things are. Just throw some turmeric in there. Also, turn this lamb off. You don't want this power boiling like this. And then pretty much immediately pull that off the heat. You don't want that burning. I forgot to wash my rice. This is a terrible vessel to wash your rice in. You should have something significantly bigger than this, you know? We are just going to wash it in colander. Rice has been washed. Get this back on the heat. Get the rice in there. And now we're just toasting the rice up. Probably gonna need more turmeric. We want the whole thing to be yellow. There we go. Make sure to scrape the bottom. You don't want anything sticking. Now, once you get that nice and caramelized, we need to add in an equal amount of lamb stock. I want to make sure that none of the spices or anything gets in here, so just use a strainer. Now mix it up to make sure that nothing's sticking, or I can feel it stuck to the bottom. All right, you can pull this off the heat and get it into a pressure cooker like I am right now. I feel like that's not enough liquid. I'm gonna do one more. Okay, and just get this going on your pressure cooker. Now with the lamb stock, we need to separate out all the meat chunks. Probably should have done this before I heated the broth back up, but we're here now. We actually don't want any of the onion or spices left in here, so that's why I'm doing this right now. I'm just trying to get just meat left over. Apologies if this seems relatively scattered at this point. I'm kind of winging a lot of this. Strain your broth through a mesh strainer and grab those little meat chunks on the bottom. What we have left over is a beautiful lamb stock that you could use for so many things, but we're gonna need some of it right now for the cream sauce. Oh, that's good. So how do you make the cream sauce? That is a great question. Usually you'd use the jamid, heat it up, blend it, do that whole process. I, on the other hand, can't do the jamid. So I'm gonna move these bananas. These are actually ripe. I need one of those. Move these bananas, grab this bad boy, and in here, I'm thinking I can figure something out. So I'm thinking into this cup, we're gonna add some Greek yogurt. Okay, my 1 cup has been ruined by all the lamb, but half a cup's good. So we're just gonna throw in, what we got like 1 cup of Greek yogurt, along with, how much feta is this, 6 ounces? Oh, I got feta in my coffee. That sucks. All right, all 6 ounces of feta. You know what might help this? This is a mess. This is such a mess. This is what happens when I don't pre-plan. I start spiraling. Just to give some liquid, I'm gonna add in some of the lamb broth. So this will all blend together a bit better. Also, that should help temper it. Give it a shake and blend away. Now we should have a nice liquid in here that I can just dump right on in. Oh, that worked so well. Oh man, that worked way better than I thought it would actually. I thought this was gonna fail. That worked amazing. Oh, what a time. Now we need another cup of yogurt. I'm gonna use all this yogurt. I'm just gonna use all this yogurt. How much yogurt is this? 2 pounds? I'm gonna use all 2 pounds of yogurt. Now we have Parmesan cheese. Now, usually I would say fresh shred your Parmesan, but again, I don't got time. And 2, the starch actually will thicken the sauce. Usually it makes it so it doesn't melt very well, but since I'm violently blending it, that shouldn't be a problem. So anyways, that was 6 ounces of feta, and this is 6 ounces of parm. So equal parts Parmesan and feta. Again, just add in some lamb stock, just to get things going, and blend it on up. And once it's all nice and homogenized, just add it into the pot as well. And since there really isn't much left, I'm just gonna add in the rest of the yogurt too. And by the way, people add in yogurt into their dramid all the time to cut the, let's say, less savory notes of their dramid. Oh, by the way, if your lamb, I added so much salt into my lamb broth that this really didn't need any. Just keep that in mind. Like if you try your, no, it's pretty good. Could use a little more, I guess. So this is MSG, and the reason why I'm adding MSG into this is just because I had several people mention that the dramid is like a massive umami bomb, which is what MSG is. So just to try and fix my lack of dramid, I'm gonna add in MSG into this. And we're gonna get some more lamb broth in here. Do it slowly with the heat on low. We wanna get this up to a light simmer, but if it boils, it's gonna break. You don't want that to happen. And you can make this as thick or as thin as you would like. I saw some people who basically didn't add any lamb broth into it and kept it as a thick sauce, and then other people add in tons and make it into like a really thin soup. This is somewhere in between texturally, and I should have probably blended the last bits of that Greek yogurt. I'm seeing little chunks of it in here. Hopefully that'll dissipate as this heats up. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it's preferred if it wasn't like that. Now over here, we just want meat, not onions, to go back into this sauce. So try and just grab meat chunks and move them over. If you get an onion or two, it's not the end of the world. Onions are delicious in my opinion. I don't know why they take them out, because it's getting real hot real fast. It's also completely falling apart on me. I made this stuff far too tender. Funny enough, rarely do I say that you can make your meat too tender. It's also probably because it's sat overnight. If you hear bubbling over here, stir it. Again, we don't want that boiling. I think I'm doing this wrong. I think I should be grabbing the onions out. Then I can just dump the meat. Really, the onions and the spices is what needs to get out of here. Like, you would hate to bite into a whole cardamom pod. Trust me, I've done it several times. Oh, it's hot, 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 hot. Give me that lamb back, though. Or whole clove. Whole clove's even worse than whole cardamom pod. I'm a level with you. Significantly worse, actually. Whole cardamom pod is rookie league stuff, dude. We've all been there. Whole clove, that one's a bit shocking. I'm just actively burning my hands at this point now. I've just accepted the fact that my hands are gonna burn. Now, when you get chunks of lamb fat like this, that's up to your discretion. I believe traditionally you would leave those in, though. Oh, this hurts. Oh, this fucking hurts. Cardamom pod. There we go. That's what we do this for. That's what we do this for. To find cardamom. To find cardamom pods. All right, that's good. Get all that in there. There might be a little onion. I've accepted it. This we can toss. All right, and I am going to cut the heat there, because I really don't want this breaking. It's already hot. It looks like there might be some separation happening. And honestly, I might have put too much lamb broth in there. Like, I'm just being real. The normal version, you might be able to add more because the dramid is thicker. This stuff, not very thick. Which, hey, it's what it is. It's what it is. We're done now. I've accepted that this is what's happening. Oh, I guess we're not done. The rice has got to finish cooking, which, has it even started? Oh, it hasn't sealed yet. Hopefully soon, because I kind of need that before I can leave. I'm going to store the rest of this lamb broth for later, because this stuff is good. This bad boy we're going to keep warm for presentation purposes. I'm going to need both of these to take with me for serving. I gotta clean. I gotta clean everything. This is rough. Absolute conversationalist, Jane. I'd have snuck away into a side room to give this a try. My God, is that good. The rice is so buttery. There's a child attacking my foot. What are you doing, silly goose, huh? What are you doing? The lamb, tender, creamy, very buttery. Almonds give a nice crunch. I recommend making this. It wasn't that hard. Just, like, do it right. Oh, hi, Hammer.